tell me why we have choose Russia as a opening start a business in Russia.
It is an advantage of our jurisdiction.
We know very well Russia is a good country, and in technology they have developing also we have very good technology in Russia.
Tens of thousands of cameras
Yes.
are part of one artificial intelligence system with face recognition. They are running after you in order to work with you because they trust you and because they are really thinking that you're gonna do a good business.
Tell me, what about the taxation in Russia?
So the taxation doesn't depend on the passport. It actually takes around 50 minutes at the notary office to open up business in Russia. This is one of the signs that the company is serious.
We have opened a company and we are ready to run.
We are here to support. Today I'm representing the project called BusinessinRussia.online. My name is Vlad. I'm the Russian lawyer and entrepreneur. And so the idea of the project is pretty clear. We understand that right now there is a quite huge volume of international businessmen and foreign businessmen that are willing to enter the Russian market. And we understand that it's quite difficult to enter the market, and it is not just when you have some experience, but there are some businessmen for whom Russia will be just the first market that we enter.
Okay.
So we understand that there are different directions with which they need help. Okay, so market analysis, marketing strategy, entity incorporation, some maybe legal documents, recruitment, employment, taxation, and customs, right? Okay. So these are different directions, but depending on the volume of the business, depending on the level of the business, these questions are being asked right now. So this is just a quick introduction.
So, Mr. Vlad, firstly, tell me why we have choose Russia as a opening start a business in Russia.
It's quite easy to open a company.
Yes.
Yes, because you need 50 minutes of your time in order to enter the notary office, and afterwards the notary and tax authority will do everything for you.
Yes.
That will check all the documents and it will inform you that the company is opened and your company name and company tax identification number appears on a public list of the companies. Yes, registry. Next, it is quite fast to open up the bank account for the company as well, because in some jurisdictions it can take weeks in order to open, because it's quite difficult to overcome KYC, and actually, but the bank system is not so fast as here. Here, after you incorporate the company, it might take a few days, right? So actually, the director might have a meeting with a bank representative in the next day after the company incorporation. So it is, and the company, the bank representative looks through all the information by himself, and he also sends all these pictures of necessary documents, and he sees all the information, and he sends it directly to the bank. I will tell you moreover, when you register a company, you file in the application, you file the number and email of the director. After the company is formed, I don't know how, but banks already know the contact details of the company, so that director gets proposals, and they're quite competitive and quite good from several banks. You see, so this is it means that the banks are interested in working with you, so that you have an account, and they are like, I can say that they are running after you in order to work with you, because they trust you and because they are really thinking that you're gonna do a good business here,
Yes.
and actually that they have a chance to earn money as well.
Yes.
Yes. So this is, I guess that we should also cover these two things:
Yes.
the easy opening of the bank account and fast incorporation of the company. And of course, we should think about quite good level of security. Yes, because being a young person and going very late after work, you can understand that, okay, you're in the city where like tens of thousands of cameras
Yes.
are part of one artificial intelligence system with face recognition.
Yes.
And that's why the level of crimes, the amount of crimes actually
less.
decreases. Yes, decreases. So this is another thing.
Yes.
And they understand that here this is quite geographically very vivid and very good location. Okay, because this is the link between Europe, the West, and between the Asia, South Asia, and the East, right? So that's why businessmen from Middle East Asia, from
BRICS countries.
yes, from BRICS countries, of course, they are quite interested in that. Also, the population is comparatively huge, up to 150 million. So depending on the evaluation. Of course, it is not as huge as in India, for example, or as in China, but still, this population like exceeds those numbers of many European countries. And yes, so also we are developing, and those tempo is quite high. So Mr. Samita, I know that you have many videos on your YouTube channel, and you are showing yourself how you like Russia, how you like Moscow, because you know, being as a car dealer and promoting any car, for example, or any product, you can say something, but when you're a customer, when you are a user of the product, like you can say from the bottom of your heart, and you are saying truth basing on your feelings. Okay. So and I know that you are here from December 2023. So for almost 1 year and a half, and you love it. You help other people to do this. And due to the workload, due to the high potential and high opportunities for skilled Indian workers, for example, due to developed real estate, due to developed and due to the need for further for further production, for example, and in different spheres, especially like in IT and others. Of course, we need and international businessmen understand that, and they just enter the country. Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Vlad, first, like, please tell me, like, which document we have need to open a company in Russia for as a Indian passport holder, and what about like Russian government support to the opening business for as an Indian citizen? So, can you tell me about, please?
So you wanna dive into the incorporation process from scratch, right? But okay, maybe it will be spoiler, right? But we should also, but we need to cover another topic, that before the market entry, of course, I see that some companies, they come for market incorporation far after they already did some market analysis and they build the marketing strategy and they know what to do, okay? Because it's not enough just to enter the company. But directly answering your question, so that is quite easy, and you also were the witness of the process. It actually takes around 50 minutes at the notary office to open up the business in Russia. Right. It is an advantage of our jurisdiction that foreigners can open their companies without participation of the Russian residents. Okay, so for example, we have a story where one Indian man comes and opens the company, has 100% 100% control, or
Yeah,
two
okay.
Indian partners come and they have 50-50, they have 100% control
Mhm.
of each other. So that if you are in Russia,
Okay.
you just need to go to the notary office, but this is important that you should be together with an interpreter, right?
Okay, okay.
So that there shall be the translator with
Mhm.
you, and you shall also have a certain list of documents. Okay. The main document actually is the application for the incorporation of a company.
Mhm.
And in this application, there are several, maybe several points that you should define, and you should actually, that are necessary for the formation of a company. First,
Mhm.
you should understand the name of the company, of course.
Yes, yes,
And this is
definitely.
important, that you should just not understand the English name of the company, but also
Mhm.
the Russian name as the company as well.
Yes, yes.
Second, you should understand the amount of the share capital of the company. The share capital is the minimum amount. Actually, the share capital is the amount of assets
Mhm.
that the company has in order to satisfy the interests of its creditors.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Does it seem clear, or I need to
Okay.
explain?
Okay.
Yeah. So in Russia, the minimum requirement for the capital, for the share capital, is 10K rubles.
10K
That
rubles.
is around $100.
100
Yes, this is the
approximately.
minimum amount.
Mhm.
It shall be paid, like strictly speaking, in cash or
Mhm.
through the bank,
Bank,
right?
okay.
Through the bank, in order to be reflected in the company's account.
Okay.
But the company can decide that the share capital will be higher. It
Okay.
can be like, we recommend to make it around 100,000, for example,
100,000.
because
Okay.
100,000, when your future partners see the charter capital that exceeds 10K,
Okay.
they see that, okay, this is one of the signs that the company is serious. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is a part of the due diligence process that the partners usually do, especially if your company wants to work with big business in Russia.
Okay.
So charter capital is important.
Okay.
And sometimes, if you want, your charter capital can be formed not just out of monetary amount, but it can be also of other kind of property. It
Okay.
can be some, some assets. It
Okay,
can
okay.
be building or land or computer or phone or whatever.
Okay, okay.
But in order to provide some assets as a charter capital, you should get the evaluation report of an independent organization.
Okay.
So we have like the name of the company, we have the charter capital.
Charter capital, okay.
Now, of course, we should understand who is the founder of the company.
Okay.
If it is the foreign citizen, right, the foreign resident, let's say it is an Indian person.
Indian person,
Yes.
okay.
So we shall make a translation of his passport, and the
Passport.
translation should be notarized.
Okay.
So it is a separate procedure that is quite fast. It can be done during one working day. Especially some agencies, they provide the service also during some Christmas days, or some holidays.
Holiday, okay.
Yes, and we have this experience as well.
Mhm.
But while the founder of the company
Okay.
provides the notarized copy of the passport, this is the guarantee that he is he, okay, that the copy of the passport is the right one, and the notary looks at it very precisely. Also, we shall think about the director. The fourth point is the director. The director of the company shall be either the resident of Russia, right? So actually, that shall be the Russian citizen, or it can be the foreign citizen as well. For that, this foreign citizen shall have work permit.
Work permit.
Yes, work permit is a separate topic. We can cover it today.
Okay.
But it is, so if we consider a scenario when the Indian person enters Russia,
okay,
and with the electronic visa, for example, or with a tourist visa,
visa, like, yes, okay.
He wants to open the company. Okay, he has just 1 week or 2 weeks, so it's impossible for him to get the work permit during this time.
Yes, I understand.
So that's why actually the director should be the foreigner who already has the work permit. It should be another guy, or it shall be the Russian citizen. And this is also important to have the legal address.
Yes,
Right.
company.
So formally, the company should understand where the office shall be. Okay, and tax authority shall understand that there is, let's say, the rental agreement for these premises.
Okay.
These are maybe 5 or 6 points
Okay.
that
Okay.
we can list.
I understand. Thank you very much for telling me this. So, brother, for like opening a company, we need a passport,
Yeah,
passport of the person,
for sure.
and
We should have
okay,
passport in order
yes,
to enter
yes.
the
It is
country.
very important things.
Yeah.
Firstly, we need your passport. Second one is charter capital to start a
Yeah,
company.
charter capital, right. But it is important to mention that you are entitled to pay the amount of the charter capital during 4 months after
4
the
month.
formation of the
Okay, okay.
company.
We have time 4 months. Like in a
Yes,
4 month, we
yes.
need to pay the charter capital.
If it is prescribed in the articles of association.
Okay.
Okay, also because actually I don't cover here the documents that are needed
Yes, yes, yes.
besides the application.
Yeah,
Of
I
course, it
understand.
should be articles of association. Of course, in case there are 2 or 3 or even more future shareholders, they can make a corporate agreement, shareholder agreement, said in like that is named as SHA, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
We right now we don't stop on this
Okay.
because these are, we presume that of course we have these documents and we help to provide these documents. And actually, like if you understand that you want to do this by yourself, you can easily do this by yourself, because actually there is a questionnaire on their website.
Okay.
You can pass this questionnaire, and it provides you with one of several free and governmentally approved, like state approved, articles of associations. Okay.
Okay.
So this is that makes this process quite
A little bit
transparent and
transparent.
easy. Yes.
Okay. And also like minimum charter capital is 10,000 ruble.
10,000
If
rubles.
someone person say like we need to like increase my capital like minimum 10,000, he will like 1 million ruble also and 2
Yes, it's
million. So
possible.
it's depend on the person or
Yeah,
owner of the
there are
company.
companies that have even higher charter
Okay.
capital. But tell in rupees,
Rupees.
how much is it in 10k rubles?
10K like approximately 10,000 INR. It's like same.
Same.
Same as, yes.
Okay, good.
Same.
Easy to calculate.
Yes, because like Russian ruble and Indian ruble, the price little bit same, like 0.5, like sometime is a difference. But we say like, for example, we assume same price, like 10k ruble is equal to 10k INR.
Yeah.
So okay, thank you very much for like telling this type of detail, like company accounting and documentation. So brother, tell me one thing, like for example, an Indian passport holder want to start company in a Moscow, like in a Russia. So he need to visit Russia, or it is possible to like in their home country it's open the company.
We presume that he needs to visit Russia because
Okay.
it is the easiest way, it is the most straightforward way, and it takes 15 minutes in the notary office. Okay. Of course, the notary office sends the application, right? And after the tax authority receives this application, the tax authority considers this application and it should approve it, okay? Subject to the documents that are sent. So actually I'm telling 50 minutes, this is for you as a person who is the founder. Actually, the process might take around a week, but for you, like, we need only 50 minutes from your time. However, of course, there are options when the person is not able to come to Russia or wants to go through alternative scenario. Okay. So actually, we can consider acquisition, so the purchase of the existing company. Okay. Right? So they can be, let's say, I can open the company, or somebody has the company. So the Russian person has the company. It can be the new company, or it can be existing company that exists for some time. Okay. So the foreign citizen can purchase this company. And for that, we can prepare all the documentation, the purchase agreement. We can prepare all other formalities by distance. This is possible. Also, it is an option to increase charter capital of the company.
Okay.
Let's say it is right now it is 10K.
10K
We
ruble.
make it
Yes.
20K,
Mm-hmm.
and the difference between 20K and 10K, so another 10K,
Mm-hmm.
is made by the new shareholder of the company.
Okay.
It will be the Indian citizen, the Indian
citizen.
person, right?
Okay.
So this is scenario number 3.
Okay.
All of them are possible, but I would say that the fastest way is to travel, because
Travel
once
to
you
Russia.
travel, you
Mhm.
can see by your eyes what's going
Yes.
on.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
enjoy the
Yes.
city,
Definitely.
and you also can meet some partners as well.
Mhm.
So that's why I tell that incorporation of the company, I suppose that this is just a legal formality that is quite easy,
Mhm.
and that goes after you understand the market, after you understand who are the buyers of your project,
Okay.
or of your product, or who is gonna provide you with something here. So depending on your business.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Vlas, brother, like tell me what about the taxation in Russia? Like what is the benefit if foreigner like Indian passport holder or like they have started their businesses in Russia? So what about taxes as we can compare?
So the taxation doesn't depend on the passport that
Okay.
the person is holding. Okay.
Mhm.
So right now we have the Russian company,
Okay.
who is that is the taxpayer. Okay. There are two types of
Okay.
tax systems in Russia. The simplified one and the regular one.
Okay.
Once you just enter the Russian market,
Mhm.
and you understand that you are just starting, so this is a startup, and you don't expect high volumes, it's better to choose the simplified
Simplified
tax system.
taxes.
Yes,
Okay.
the simplified tax system is split into actually two subsystems.
Okay. Okay.
The first is just 6% payment of
Okay.
taxes. Okay,
Mhm.
so it is just one tax actually. It is just one tax, 6% tax from
Mhm.
the revenue of the company. So, for example, if you sell me this glass,
Okay.
right? You send it to me for 100 rubles, for example.
Mhm.
So I give you 100 rubles, and you pay 6 rubles from this amount.
Okay.
And from the very beginning, you don't care actually about the value added tax. You
Okay.
don't care about the profit tax, and everything is quite simple.
Mhm.
However, once you reach certain limits, at the simplified tax system, you start paying VAT. Then the VAT rate is 5%.
5%. Okay.
Right. And you remember that when we started to talk about simplified tax system,
Mhm.
we told that there are actually two subsystems. The first is 6%,
Okay.
and the second is 8%.
8%.
8%. 8% is this automated simplified tax system. The difference is just 2%.
Okay.
However, the bank, the company's bank,
Mhm.
takes care about reporting of
Okay.
your taxes, and actually it conducts the role of the accountant in
Okay.
in a certain way.
Mhm.
This is and the next is that you are entitled not to pay the social contribution,
Mhm.
because when you have employees, besides the personal tax, you should pay social contributions.
Okay.
So when you have the automated simplified tax, you
Mhm.
don't pay the social contributions. You just pay the personal tax
Okay.
as a
Okay.
tax agent.
Mhm.
So these are just two ways to use and to benefit from the simplified tax system.
Mhm.
Maybe during this podcast we will
Mhm.
give the table,
Okay.
like in the screen,
Mhm.
so that our viewers and our
Easy to
audience,
understand.
yes, they see it, because it's better to see
Okay.
one
Okay.
time to see, and
Okay.
after,
Okay.
yes.
Mm.
And when your business grows,
Okay.
okay, you use the regular tax system.
Mhm.
For the regular tax system, we have 25% corporate income tax,
Mhm.
right? We have 20% value added tax,
Okay.
and also other taxes the company also shall pay, the property tax and others,
Okay.
if applicable.
So, brother, like we have opened a company and we are ready to run. Okay.
Yeah.
So after that, like in which thing we have also helped to the business owner, like in finding local partner, increase their sales of a company and revenue. So which type of service we have also provide to the founder of the company after setting a business in Russia. So
Yeah, I can tell you about certain cases that we have.
okay.
For instance, we have a case of the foreign company entered the Russian market, and they have shops,
Okay.
right? Or they have, I don't know, retail stores or something like that. So actually, here people are reluctant to use on a daily basis Google, right?
Okay.
So maybe you, as a person who live here for 1.5 years,
Okay.
you understand that we more frequently and we use Yandex,
Yes,
right?
yes, Yandex.
We use Yandex, we use Yandex Maps, we use Yandex Courier, Yandex, and
Yandex.
also our business doesn't use Google Business Services; it uses Yandex Business Services.
Yandex. Yes. Okay.
So it is not Google Ads; it is Yandex Ads. It is not Google Cards of the Business; it is Yandex Cards of the Business. So actually, the systems might seem quite similar. However, of course, different professionals should serve it. So
Okay.
in order to promote your business here, for, let's say, those retail shops, you need someone who is proficient in that. So we have some team members
Okay.
who are proficient in making good Yandex cards for your business, for promoting you in Yandex search, in Yandex Maps, and everything, so that your business is visible. Because Russia is quite, we love beauty in applications
Okay.
and in services, and the people are actually, they used to uh, consume beautiful products and beautiful services,
Okay.
from banking to any other applications,
Okay.
and to shops and everything. So it is impossible, and it is important so that your product in the net, like in the internet, it looks very good, and
Okay.
it looks charming for the Russian audience. Yes, what else? Besides Yandex and all related to the marketing, we can do the market analysis.
Okay.
Like, for instance, you have a particular type of a product you want to sell on the Russian market. What we do? We are ready to make a research of potential clients,
Okay.
of potential buyers, or potential suppliers, vice versa.
Okay.
So we have access to different marketing bases, so that we are ready to check that which companies are ready to supply and to buy certain products, and we are ready to call them. So it can be cold calling, it can be warm calling, like it depends on your business, and it depends on how you are like well developed with the connections in the market. However, this is a separate skill. This is like a sales skill and networking skill and partnership building, let's say. So this is that is done by a separate person.
Person.
Who is,
I understand.
yes, for that we have a CRM, right? And in the CRM, we register all the contacts and we report all the details. So normally the companies need a contact person, right? They need a supply manager,
Yes, yes.
or they need somebody. They don't need info.com, right? They need something specific. They need a particular person. They need a particular mobile phone of the supply manager, and we are ready to do this. Okay. This is this process takes time. However, we have this experience, so that at the end, the company, the client company, has the table with all the details of the contact persons and some comments from us. And we can represent the company client.
Okay.
We can represent either on behalf of BusinessinRussia.online.
Okay.
We can say that we are just representing the other company,
Mm-hmm.
or we can represent the company on behalf of the company. We can
Okay.
say that actually, right, we are the manager of this company and we are
Mhm.
willing to do this. Okay, so like we don't, we are doing this in good faith.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, definitely.
and for that, usually we provide recordings of all the calls. We also are ready to develop the selling strategy or the
Mhm.
contacting strategy. We are ready to build up a calling script, okay, that we will follow.
Okay.
And finally, um, the mm, the company client has everything in one place, and it can control, and subsequently that can use this result by itself, or it can come back to us,
Mhm.
and we can
Okay.
just help further.
And also like we can help to getting like if someone, for example, a business owner need a local employee of a Russian, so we can
Yes.
also like helping them to finding best person or best employee of his company.
Yes. So this is another skill. This is
Okay.
another expertise. And for that, we need actually the qualified HR person
Mhm.
with an
So
experience.
we can do it this.
Yes. However, in all the services that we list right now,
Okay.
we should understand clear expectations of the client.
Mhm.
So if we need a particular person, we should understand, okay, exactly what experience we need, what age preferred,
Okay.
for example, what experience preferred, and we list it, and we go through the market,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
And we understand maybe, okay, what is, and we can also help with um, the salary interval, okay?
Okay.
Because when you come from the different market, from India, from China,
Mhm.
from Vietnam, yes,
Brazil
from
maybe.
the United Arab Emirates,
UAE. Mhm.
you are familiar with your own market, you're not
Okay.
familiar with this market, so we can say that, okay, for example, in Moscow, the salaries are quite high,
Yes.
and like people after pandemics, they used to order different products instead of going to the shop.
On.
Actually, um, this is an international trend.
Yes, yes.
However, in Moscow is one of the pioneers, I
Mhm.
mean, in this kind of lifestyle.
Okay.
And there are many couriers right now. If you go out of your house, you will see that nearly uh, nearly 50% or 30% of passerbys are couriers, actually,
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
they
I
are
see.
carrying something you can support. And these guys are doing very difficult job, and they
Yes, I
work for
understand.
10 hours, for 12
12
hours,
hours.
and they earn, and this is actually there can be some sources that support this information. They can earn uh, from 180,000 rubles to 200,000 rubles. This is easy for them.
Yes.
And sometimes, if they work for 30 days, and if they just work and sleep, they can earn even up to 400 or even higher, even
Yes.
400 rubles, I mean 400,000 rubles. Yes, that can be the salary. So it means that if you need to do some easy job for your business, and you think that, okay, here we have such a huge country,
Okay.
and they have 150 million population,
Okay.
I will easily find somebody. No, that right now it doesn't work like that. So there is a huge competition,
Yes.
and all the companies actually struggle in HR market. It's quite difficult to find a person, and yeah, so we can guide here. Maybe you shall do something like with the use of your own employees
Okay.
from India. Maybe you shall um, do something using artificial intelligence. If you need to gather some information, or if you need to systemize something, maybe we can help you by ourselves. Or if you go to the market, like, be ready, because yes, the salary expectations of the candidates are quite high right now.
Okay. One thing, like we have also provide accounting services for a company also,
Yeah.
like for business owner, they need to no struggle to any go anywhere for account related services. Okay, and also we have also help to set up their company like for offices and for warehouse they need. So we can do in real estate also, like for a company, he need like type of services. So okay, according to me, like this time is a very good if we have start a business in a Russia, because India and Russia is a part of BRICS country, so it is easy to start a business in a Russia. So what you think about the BRICS group of BRICS? Can you tell us like something about this?
In November 2024,
Mm-hmm.
we had the BRICS summit in Kazan.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Kazan is also one of the biggest cities in Russia, and a lot of big people came there.
Yes. Yes.
So from the like starting with Mr. Modi, yeah,
Yes.
right. Also, the head of China came,
Mm-hmm.
and heads of other huge countries. So that means that right now these countries, the BRICS member states, they
Mm-hmm.
are very interested in communication. They
Yes.
are developing their own ties uh, in the sphere of banking, in the sphere of economy, and also legal to overcome legal obstacles as well. So this is just what we see. However, when we focus on a particular company,
Yes.
okay, we just understand that in fact, at present, when we government level,
Okay.
we have two lists of unfriendly states and
Mm-hmm.
friendly states. And
Okay.
of course, those BRICS states, they are in the friendly states list.
Mm-hmm.
And for these countries, all the services like investment, migration, business running,
Okay.
of course, it is far easier uh, to enter the Russian market. Okay, and the government now supports this BRICS dynamics.
So, Mr. Vlad, brother, like, I'm talking about like Russia country, like in a future, like what is the future of the Russia? We know, sorry, we know very well, like Russia is a good country, and in technology they have developing. Also, like we have very good technology in Russia, because like Indian weapon, like Indian army, military, and Indian navy, like Indian navy, Indian air force, and Indian army, like we need weapons, so Russia will be provide good weapon, like good quality of weapon. So according to you, like what is the future of the Russia in an upcoming time?
I'm not a military specialist,
No, like
actually.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about overview, like market strategy, like business growth, and like in technology, in or like for example, we compare like as a IT department in technology. So like
Yes.
overview according to you.
So, just in order to understand the progress, okay, what's going on in different spheres, just to try to find some tech companies from Russia, like Yandex, and most of those banks like T Bank, Alpha Bank, Sberbank, VTB Bank. Just look at their websites, and I'm sure that those part of audience that is now in Russia, they can support that it is quite easy and it's quite fast to use Russian banking services,
Yes.
for example.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just an example of what's going on, and it just makes your life easier.
Yes,
For
very well said.
example, also, if we look at Moscow, like we can think about such like car sharing services, for example, that if you have driving license
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have a car or your car is somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
you can go, and there are more than 100,000 cars in Moscow that
Mm-hmm.
are just staying and waiting for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just
Like
find it in the
application.
car,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it will be quite cheap. So
Yes.
it will be about like 12 or 13 rubles per
Mm-hmm.
minute,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that you will sit in a quite modern and quite new car, and you can travel wherever you need, and you will park it and you go,
Okay.
and you even get your cashback and bonus.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
And many such things that you have in day to day environment. Also, most of the buses in Moscow, for example, that are electric buses, they are
Yes, yes.
not with the normal engine. They are with the electric buses, and we also constructing new roads, new tens of kilometers annually, and of course. Right now, with the development of artificial intelligence, we see that a lot of businesses apply this also, and also our project also applies this as well, like in different types, so that we become even faster and even proficient and sufficient, right?
Okay.
So I suppose, and I'm sure that we all have just a bright future,
Yes.
and for that we should be even more united,
Mm-hmm.
and we should drive on our business incentives,
Yes,
and
yes,
that's
yes.
it. And I'm sure that with building these bridges between the nations and trusting each other and providing proficient professional help to those who want to take these opportunities, we just succeed.
Like tell me, or like tell to the audience, according to you, like they come here, start their business. So what do you think about this?
According to me, this is a very wonderful time
Mm-hmm.
to open up the business in Russia, and just be brave. And if you postpone this step for
Mm-hmm.
some time,
Mm-hmm.
just do this now, because we have all the instruments for that, and we are here to support.